The chart here shows the pharaoh, government officials, soldiers, scribes, merchants, artisans, farmers, slaves. Egyptian society was shaped like a pyramid. The pharaoh was at the top of the pyramid. Since pharaohs were believed to become gods when they died, they controlled Egypt. Those below the pharaoh would follow the pharaoh's orders and keep them to make sure the gods were not angry at them. Just below the pharaoh were people who helped the pharaoh govern and control Egypt. Government officials, soldiers, and scribes. Soldiers enforced the rules made by the pharaoh, and government officials helped the pharaoh decide on laws and act as judges. Scribes helped control Egypt by keeping records for the pharaoh's bureaucracy. Merchants and artisans were at the middle. Merchants were able to trade for things the pharaoh and their government officials might need for their projects. Artisans were people like stone cutters, painters, and builders. Like scribes, they worked for the government officials, but they were skilled workers who built temples and tombs and were in charge of intricate designs. Farmers were at the lowest level of the pyramid since they had no special skills. Farmers would raise crops during the growing season and work in projects the rest of the year. Slaves did forced labor for their owners. Slaves were usually prisoners of war or people who owed debts. Slaves were usually freed after a period of time. The first question, the only options that you need to know about are artisans and farmers. For the second question, it has these different readings here. So scribes and artisans had the same jobs and the same rank on the social pyramid. Um, it also states both skilled workers who built temples and tombs. The scribes had different jobs in the pyramid, and artisans were higher on the social pyramid. The text states scribes helped control Egypt by keeping the records for the pharaoh's bureaucracy. It also states artisans were skilled workers who built temples and tombs. Scribes and artisans had different jobs, and scribes were higher on the social pyramid. The text states scribes helped control Egypt by keeping records for the pharaoh's bureaucracy. It also states artisans were skilled workers who built temples and tombs. Finally, the last option says farmers were at the lowest part of the pyramid since they had no special skills. If not for the food surpluses, the people could not be scribes or artisans.